What's up, everyone? Welcome. So my name is Amber Gonzalez, and if this is your first time, I'm so glad you're here. And if this is not your first time, I'm so glad you came back. So it has been a minute. I know. I know this, man. Anyways, I want to catch you guys up. I've been playing catch up. My summer is not going the way I had at all planned for it to go as far as schedule wise. So I am way behind. However, I am having a great summer. Spending time with my kids, my family. My sister and her family even came out to visit, and we were just super excited about that. And we showed them around a little bit of South Dakota. We didn't get to do everything, but we did get to spend 3 days with them, and that was great. And we even did some first time things that we had never done before too, so that was pretty awesome. But just spending time with them was so good, so good. But anyway, so yeah, I'm playing catch up. I'm behind in schedule than I would like to be, but everything will work out. But I want to update you guys on since the last video. So we are in a season of pruning, and we are having many setbacks where it's causing Joel and I to come together consistently to reevaluate and to ask the question, why? Why are we pursuing and doing the things we are doing? So we met with a home lender, and the goal with that was, it was just a start. We needed to start somewhere, so we met with this guy. And the goal to that was just to find out where we were at and to see what we need to do to get into position to buy a home other than just save. Well, that meeting did not go as well as we had hoped. My husband, he was really bummed. I didn't really have any expectations, but my husband, he went in with these high hopes, and he came out just deflated. And the reason being, good reason, because we left with a piece of paper that showed that we still owed medical debt. So I knew it was going to be a struggle to try to protect my husband's faith. So we get to the car, and it's nothing but silence. But I had to break that silence, because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to let my husband sit in his thoughts, because I know his mind was going. And so I was doing everything I could to encourage him, to lift him up, to help him see and find the good in this situation. I am a very big, firm believer that there is good in every situation. It may take longer to see it, but it's there. And you just really got to look for it sometimes. But sometimes it's obvious. And but with all of that, it was a battle that I was not winning, and I had to just let it go. And let it go, we both did. In fact, that paper is here, and it's out of sight, out of mind to him. Whereas me, I look at it and I'm praying over it, but we don't talk about it. We haven't discussed it. No update on it whatsoever. Like I said, it's out of sight and out of mind to him. So, but we do need to bring it to the table again. But I do know that he does want to just pay it off. He's like, let's just pay it off and be done with it. And I was all for that until I was praying over it. And I just thought, you know what? I'm going back to the passage that the Lord gave me a year ago. So a little over a year ago, I asked the Lord a question in regards to this debt. And I said, God, show me in the Bible people who thought they were free, but really they weren't. And he brought me to Exodus chapter 14, verses 13 through 15. I'm going to read it to you. And it says, Moses answered the people, do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you. You need only be still. Then the Lord said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to move on. Yeah, so I read it again, and guess what? It didn't change. I'm just like, oh God, what do we do? Like, this is just insane to me right now. So then, back then, I asked him, show me someone who thought they were free, but really they weren't. And so when I read it again this time, it clicked that he's not showing me my question. He's showing me people who were free, but thought they weren't. Let me explain. Because these are the Israelites. They are free people now. They were slaves to the Egyptians. Moses came along and helped set them free. He kept going to Pharaoh, let my people go. And Pharaoh's like, no, 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 over and over and over again, right? But then finally, they were set free. They are free people, and they are going. But then the Egyptians are coming along, they're popping their ugly little heads, and they're like, no, we want to enslave you, we want to trap you, we want to keep you for ourselves. And the Israelites are freaking out. They're panicking because they don't want to be slaves. They don't want to go back. And so that's how I look at this paper. I'm like, these are the Egyptians. We are the Israelites. They're trying to entrap us again. They're trying to enslave us. They're trying to make us think that we are not free, but we are free. That's the way my mind works. So now what I've been doing is praying, trying to figure out a way to show this to Joel. He's going to know exactly what I'm talking about, and he's going to see the demonstration I'm pointing out. But whatever our decision is, I want it to be counted as faith toward us. So the way I'm looking at this is we have 3 different options of what we can do. One, we can pay off the debt. We can pay it off, but it's going to completely wipe us out. Option number 2 is if we don't pay it off, then it's going to take faith to trust in the Lord that he's going to take care of it. Hey, I did a video before. You guys can go back and take a look at it. He wiped out just about $10,000 worth of our debt. Completely gone. Wiped it out. So if he did it before, he could do it again. Or the third option is we can pay it off by making payments. But if we're making payments, then we're not saving. And if we're not saving, then that delays us into getting closer to our goal of buying a home. So the way I see it is all 3 options, it's going to take faith to do either one. Also, since then, we've found out about some costly problems with my car. I have a 2008 Honda Pilot. I love that car. It's my baby. I love it so much. Hondas are really good cars. But it's going to cost $7,500 to fix everything. So I'm like, we're thinking, do we really want to keep pouring money into this car that we don't have $7,500 to fix it, but even if we did, would we really want to fix everything and then shortly down the line something else goes wrong? So that's the way our thought process is we're thinking, do we keep pouring money into this vehicle, our only vehicle, when further down the line it's just going to keep having problems? It's high in mileage. Or do we buy a used car? And I don't know how well that would turn out, because a used car is just as much as a new car nowadays because of inflation, and everybody's raising their prices on used cars. So I don't know about that. Also, a motorcycle is on the table. So my husband, he went out, he got his license, he got his helmet, he got his gloves, he's halfway there. But do we get a motorcycle? Why? Because it'll save on gas. We're looking into the future. We're like, okay, this will benefit the future. But then later on down the line, who knows how long my car is going to last. we're going to need another car, a four-wheel drive. I see people driving cars, but they say a four-wheel drive is recommended out here because of the weather, the type of weather that we get out here. And I love four-wheel drives. So we have all these things to consider and it has been such a headache, honestly. Like, we've been over these concepts time and time again on what to do as far as our vehicle situation. But I feel like we're coming to a narrowed decision, and it will be happening soon. My husband has been borrowing his boss's truck, and he's been so gracious with that. But we are going to return that this weekend, give it back. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with all of this. But as far as this debt goes, I just like, I just want it to be counted as faith. Either way. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this. But no matter what your season is, keep that in mind, that the scripture says it is impossible to please the Lord without faith. And I love faith. I really do. And I can feel myself when I feel in those moments I don't have faith, but I'm like the man that says, God, I believe, but help my unbelief. I have those moments a lot. And so, but just whatever you do, just count the costs, write down the pros and cons, and just tell the Lord you want it to be counted towards you as faith, whatever your decisions that you have to make. But don't stop pursuing your goals, but ask the question, why? Why are you pursuing the things you're pursuing? Why are you doing the things you're doing? And maybe you need to reevaluate your season that you're in and back away from some things, or add some things, take away some things, whatever it may look like for you. But don't be afraid to ask the question why, because when you know your why, then it puts everything into perspective. But as always, start today, because there is no time like the present time. Take care.